What's up, YouTube subscribers, friends, and fellow patriots? We're out here at the Freedom Farm today. I'm going to do a little load test on 6mm arc. Been trying to get out here for some time now to do this, and just haven't been able to. Or I got out here and I started doing other things. I got out here initially today and had to cut up some trees. We've had some crazy windstorms out here. Anyhow, I got some burner bullets here that didn't seat properly or whatever. I've introduced a new bullet in my load here. It's the 107 grain Sierra boat tail hollow point. I'm going to be shooting 29 grains lever revolution with the Berger 105 grain, and then I've got 30.6 grains on the lever revolution. We're gonna shoot up some. I got a lot of those loaded for some reason. And then I have 29 grains on the RDF, nozzle RDF bullet. I think today, not necessarily so much target shooting. It's more what kind of numbers I get out of this lab radar. On my last test that came out here, I was shooting converted 6.5 Grendel brass, and I kept having some dead primer strikes. I called the guy, Kenny, who built this, and he was wondering about my seating depth on my primers, and I'm like, I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far down the rabbit hole. I did get a new priming machine that I'll take you along on that should add some consistency, but yeah, I was on that Redding T7 just cranking primers down. Hell, some were maybe seated more than others. Anyhow, I came out week and a half later with my dad, and I shot a box of factory ammo, no issues whatsoever. So it's most definitely that converted brass. I've done something wrong on it. It was the first time shooting it, so it was fire forming that brass, I suppose. I'm not dealing with that right now. I don't have time to go through 300 rounds of converted Grendel brass to get something to go off right. I have tumbled this 6 arc brass. This is factory 6 arc brass, shot, resized. I did a tumbling video on that, my recipe to clean things up. Without further ado, let's get to shooting. We have the 29 grains of lever revolution with the Berger bullet. I got some pretty good numbers that day. I was out here doing some testing, so I wanted to come out and kind of verify some stuff and play with things, or not. So I got all set up. My lab radar went and turned on. The little cord that powers it up was in there. I guess it got bent in the bag. So I had to go over to the barn and find 6 AA batteries. It's always something. Bruh. We'll find out soon enough. I had to go over and find some batteries. This little cable, the little end there, bent. I wouldn't plug in. Fired it up. Anyhow, we'll get this warmed up with those burner rounds. These are probably seating depth as I was switching bullets, trying to figure things out, so they're not real good for my purposes today in terms of what I would use. So let's check these out, see if I can get this barrel warmed up and burn off these bad loads before we hop into the real deal. Holy field. .29 grain lever revolution. 2762, 2768, looking at one hole, 2758, 2753, 2763, standard deviation 5.6, extreme spread 15. This gun really lacks 29 grains or the lever revolution. It just shoots it really well. All right, we're gonna move on to the 30.6 grains of lever with the Berger bullet. 30.6 grains lever revolution. The reason why I did 30.6, I did the that test the other day when I was having bad primer strikes, shooting 31 grains Starting to see a little sign of pressure there. So, but the numbers aren't really good. We'll try it out, see what we get. 2963. 2943. 2943. 2955. 2951. Standard deviation at 8.4. All right, we're back. I'm not going to shoot any more of those. I have 5 more rounds of 30.6 lever revolution with the burger bullet. It's not grouping so great, so there's no point in shooting those right now. We're going to go to the 29 grain. This is the Nosler RDF bullet. See what kind of group we can get. These are loaded at 2.26. Recommended length. The other day I had them loaded at 2.25. I noticed when I was miking all of these, some were, I get my press set, and some are a little bit longer, some are a little bit shorter. I'm not going to go through and point my bullets. This is not F class. As much as I try to get F class results. I'm looking for about 2750 feet per second. Want some low numbers on my SD. I'm looking for a good group. 2828. 2811. 2780. Acquisition error, could not track. Pisser. 2812. 2798. SD is 17. Not so good. Last but not least, I have up here is a 29 grains Lever Revolution Sierra 107 grainer, loaded at 2.26. See how this shoots. First time shooting the Sierra. Been focused pretty much on these Noslers and then these burgers. Could not acquire data. Bullseye. 2815. 2794. 2809. 2813. 2802. 2794. 2801. SD 8.6. Average velocity 2,800 feet. 2804 a second. Let's go down and have a look. All right, there's my cider dot. Here's the burgers. 29 grains. Moved up to 30.6. There's the RDFs at 29 grains. And the Sierra at 29 grains. Got my best numbers there. And there, I do believe I'll have to go back through the footage. Something to play with. It's a start anyway. We're still searching. We're still searching for that magic combo. I'm not overly pleased with any of those. They all did go bang. So it was obvious that brass I was using last time was the issue, I would assume. We're going to go back to the loading bench. Eventually, you just got to stop looking for that magic bullet and start practicing on shooting. The SD's being off from one load to another a little bit. At the end of the day, it's not going to be a big difference. Again, I'm not shooting F class, but it just bugs the hell out of me. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to shooting things, and I like accuracy and I like numbers that are consistent. So I'll keep toying with it a little bit, but eventually you just got to get from behind the loading bench and start practicing shooting itself, because these SDs don't matter worth a hoot if you can't get the mechanics of shooting a PRS match tuned up a little bit, right? I can sit here all day at this bench and punch paper with no issue, but when you start hopping from one distance to another, from one barrier, one rest to another, then that's what makes PRS so challenging and fun. At some point you just gotta say that's good enough and move on. Next time I come out, I'm bringing that suppressor. We're gonna see what kind of difference we get on point of impact and noise. As always, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, be safe.